like you. All right, this is Tanya M. Williams, and she is an accomplished executive, entrepreneur, community leader for more than 20 years of experience leading, staging operations, enterprises, and transformations of financial management across dense aerospace, whoa, and federal connecting sectors. She is the founder and owner of Bottoms Up Budgeting with Dr. T and Swirl Travelers, ventures that reflect her commitment to financial empowerment and global engagement. Let's definitely
That's
welcome
a
to
lot.
Shane.
Oh my gosh! Wow, let's give it a I don't know if I need this because I'm pretty loud and I can't stand still. So it's always, Dr. E said, it's always interesting when somebody else talks about you, right? That's a little uncomfortable. It's a little awkward. That's what I'm going to talk about, imposter syndrome. So, whoops. How do I go backwards? All right, let's start over. I guess I got quick happy. Story of my life, man. Story of my life. All right. There we go. Okay, so imposter syndrome. What is imposter syndrome? Here is the definition from the dictionary, right? I liken this to, can you guys hear me without this? Okay.
It's better with it.
No, that's,
Yeah,
It's better with it.
It's better with it.
oh, sorry. I liken this to a movie versus a book. This is a movie. You get the feels, good stuff, right? We're engaged. I'm gonna talk about the book, right? I'm gonna talk about those feelings. I'm gonna talk about the sweaty palms. Yeah, yeah. How many sweaty palm people do we have here? Yeah. That's what she warned us about, right? So this is the movie. We're gonna go into the book. So speaking of talking about yourself, that's a lot. That's not me. I don't work with ballistic missiles and satellites and rockets. Nah, that's not me. No way. I don't have 30 years in industry. I didn't work with NASA. Whoa, right? That's imposter syndrome. I struggle with imposter syndrome and I have for decades. I had no idea what it was called, right? So we talked about what it feels like, right? So think about a time when you were, I don't know, at work, in school, and somebody says, tell me about yourself. Whoa, what happens? Ah, my hands got sweaty, my stomach flipped, oh my gosh, right? A presentation that you've done at work. Were you prepared? Did you walk up and go, I'm gonna own this? Or did you walk in and go, oh my gosh, they're trusting me to talk about this, right? Comparing yourself. I think we talked about that this morning, right? Comparing yourself to others. I looked at the program and I went, oh, these are some powerful people. I don't fit in. My first response, I don't fit in. How am I gonna fit in with these people? They've got doctorates. They're speaking at Harvard. I don't fit, right? I do, but that's not what my head says. Emotions. Imposter syndrome can not only be a physical response, it can be an emotional response. So we get past the, oh my God, she's gonna call on me, to the emotional side of this. Why do emotions matter? I think Dr. E mentioned how if we're in a situation and we respond with emotion, it's different than if we take a moment, breathe, and say, okay, let's put some logic behind my response. Have you ever taken the time to do that when you're in a situation, or are you too busy worried about your stomach and your sweaty palms and, oh my God, she's gonna call on me, she looked at me, no, 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 no. Right? Our emotional responses can shape our performance. Imposter syndrome impacts confidence. So I have a story. I did a study on imposter syndrome earlier this year. I can't do microphones, sorry guys. And one of my best friends, she works with nuclear submarines. She sent me a text and she goes, Tanya, I have a presentation today and I'm really nervous. And I was like, all right. I said, do you know your material? Yes. Do you realize you just told me you know your material? Oh, well, yeah, I know my material. Okay, you've been doing this for 3 decades. Yeah. I'm going into a room with a bunch of physicists. She's not a physicist. And I was like, girl, go get it. Why are you asking me? You've been doing this for 30 years. Who cares who your audience is? Go kill it. I have more about her in the future. So the study I conducted, many high-achieving individuals, women talk about it more than men do, suffer from imposter syndrome because nobody wants to talk about it. It'll just go away. And we can hold it back. We can do things, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Many people that we see, right, that walk up, we see them walk into work, we see them walk into a conference, and we're like, man, they are put together, they have their stuff, right? We don't know what's going on in their head. And there's a really good possibility that they're going, oh my God, her shoes are fabulous, my shoes are not. Right? I just sprained my ankle, so I have to point out on the shoe. I just have to. We don't know what's going on in each other's heads. We only see what's on the outside. What can spark imposter syndrome? Right? Now you have pressure to wear fabulous shoes all the time. Right? It's a fear of making mistakes. I think Dr. Deborah talked about that fear, right? Dr. E talked about that fear. Own it. Grab it. Use it. What if I fail? Yeah, that's okay. Do something that makes you uncomfortable, right? That seems to be a theme throughout. What am I, the third person? Do something that makes you uncomfortable, makes you squirm a little bit in your chair. Social comparison. We look left and we look right. I just did it with her shoes. Didn't I? Yeah. I can't wear fabulous shoes, got a sprained ankle, but social comparison right there. What do we see on social media? Everybody's got it together. I don't. Fear of failure. I'm not going to meet anybody's expectations. So I got my doctorate degree, and first thing I did, put on a t-shirt, henceforth it's doctor, went for a run, I came home and went, now what? What do I do with this? What do people expect of me? How do doctors talk? How do they act? I don't know, I've got a really bubbly personality. Do doctors behave that way? Do they wear sweatpants? I lived that. Feeling unprepared. My girlfriend, 30 years in the industry, walking into a room with multi-star generals, physicists. She's nervous. She knows her stuff. All right. Now it goes that way. All right, some of the things, I don't know how I'm doing on time. I can talk all day about this, so I'm gonna get this stop. I'm gonna be the one that stop. So some of the things we do is we overwork. How many people work in 50, 60 hours a week? Yeah, we overwork, right? There's a balance with that. We can be at work and we can do our job. we have to be willing to walk away. It doesn't mean we're not smart. It doesn't mean we're not prepared. It doesn't mean we're not good enough. We don't have to prove that by our hours. Avoiding opportunities. I've done it. I'm not good enough for that job. They don't want me. I've only been doing it for 30 years, right? I had participants in my study who they've been in the same job for years because they're afraid to move on. Own that fear. Emotional exhaustion. How many people know the feeling when I say my brain is tired? Yeah, lots of heads, got some hands, yeah. My brain is tired. My husband comes home and goes, oh, I don't want to think. Well, I don't either, but somebody's got to make dinner, right? My brain is tired. My body's tired. My body hurts. It's not because I did a fabulous workout. My body hurts. Difficulty accepting praise. So, I see faces. When somebody comes up to you and says, I really appreciate how you put yourself together today. You look very well, classy, put together. What's the first thing you think? Oh God, thank you. I like your shoes. Like, right? The first thing we do is, how do I accept this compliment? Take the compliment. Own it. Somebody noticed you. Take that. And then give it back. Say, oh, yes, yes, give it back. Right? I know, you're going to get your money's worth with me. Accept the praise, but also give it. If you see somebody and they catch your eye, tell them. Not only does it make them feel better, it makes you feel better. Right? Okay, how do we deal with this? I know the feelings, I got a sick stomach, I got sweaty palms, Tanya called me out. Oh, what's gonna happen? Treat yourself like a peer. When you look in the mirror in the morning, what do you think? Do you look in the mirror and go, yeah? Or do you look in the mirror and go, oh man, my nose. I gotta do something with this nose. Would you tell your friend that their nose needed help? Probably not, right? Self-compassion. Look at yourself in the mirror and go, yeah, right? Doesn't mean you're stuck up. It doesn't mean anything negative. It means that you're appreciating who you are and what you bring to the table. And we're gonna come up with some other things. Challenging negative thoughts. Yeah, negative thoughts. Challenge them. Talk to them. Get out. I don't want you here anymore, right? Mindful self-reflection. Yeah. Patterns without judgment. So something that I do is I walk into meetings. I work in a very male-dominated industry, as I just said. I walk in with my head up and remind myself that my nose is fine. I don't have fabulous shoes. It's all okay. And I remember that I didn't own the negativity, right? Let that negativity go. Don't own it. Normalize vulnerability. So in my study, 100% of my participants said, I thought I was alone. 100%! Alone. Let's talk about it. Let's do things like this, right? Identify the imposter script. Identify, my nose is fine. I've owned it. I've had it for, over 5 decades. I'm good with it. Good old German nose. Replace with balanced, evidence-based thoughts. Remember we talked about being logical at the beginning? Evidence-based thoughts. My girlfriend who was walking into a presentation on nuclear submarines She knows her stuff, right? And small acts of validation. So here's a place to start. Look in the mirror and say something positive about yourself. Don't go straight to the negative. My hair is wild, whatever, that's fine, right? Focus on the positives. My eyes are beautiful with this mascara. Yeah, I'm gonna own that today. I did that this morning, actually. I got new mascara. So the study that I conducted, it was focused on women in business. So that was a criteria. It was IRB approved. So it was focused on women or people who identify as women, and they had to be in business in some set. I wanted to know if other people felt the way I did, because I was part of that 100% that was like, I don't know if everybody else. Oh man, I gotta talk fast. Okay. So some of the things, triggers, right? What triggers? I'm walking into a room with a bunch of males. We function differently. We think differently. Walking into a room with a bunch of males, I'm not a big person. I'm definitely shoulders back, head up, right? Everybody do that. Take a second. Let's put our shoulders back again, right? Sit up. Yeah, let's do that. Coping strategies. What works for me? Well, I stand in front of the mirror and do a superwoman pose. So, my girlfriend who walked into that nuclear submarine meeting, I sent her a text and I said, go do a superwoman pose. She replied and said, you're ridiculous. And I said, yep, I am. She did it. She killed her presentation. She's been drunk forever. Let's talk about it, because your insights, having those conversations, saying, yes, I suffer from this. I don't suffer anymore. I face it. I know it. I know the definition. I know that movie at the beginning, right? I still struggle, and that's okay. But you know what? I also focus on my positives. What do I bring to the table? I get to help each one of you today. I hope you take something away from this. I hope one of you walks in the bathroom and there's a woman standing there in front of the mirror, right? I hope that. And if you do walk in the bathroom and she's doing that, stand beside her. That's how we grow, right? Let's help each other. I know, I'm talking fast. Emotional well-being, success. What does success look like? Success changes. What success looks like for you today may or may not be what it looks like tomorrow, right? Success isn't a point in time. Success is a journey. Own that journey, make it yours, and share your experiences. Part of the study was I wanted to help other people not feel the way that I did. I don't like other people having the sweaty palms and, the nervousness, because I was always that person. And here I am speaking in front of a group of amazing people, right? Face your fears, own it, overcome them. So these are some of my study findings. One of the ones I wanted to point out is I had a participant who has a master's degree in psychology, and she has actually been diagnosed and is on permanent disability because she felt she wasn't worthy. Physically brought her to the point. This is real. This can be so impactful. I had another participant who, these signs. I had another participant who started a business, looked left and looked right, and went, I can't compete. Yes, you can. Who told you you can't? You? No, don't listen to yourself, right? Not with those kind of things. Listen to them. My eyes are fabulous today with my new mascara, right? People don't speak up about their needs and their wants. And one of the most impactful, I was crying after some of these interviews because this is so impactful. One of my participants who works in law for a worldwide company told me she makes herself smaller. Wow, make yourself smaller. How do you even make yourself smaller? What does that look like? Have you guys done that before? Yeah. Yes. No. Don't do that. Shoulders back. Remember that stance we just talked about? Do it. Okay, again, I can't say it enough. Talk about it. I can't tell you how many people come up to me after speaking engagements or reach out to me all the time. And they're like, oh, Dr. T, can you help me? Yes, I will help you. I will talk about this. I will bring it up. And you know what? I hope you talk to other people too, because we're not alone. This is very widespread. And just because we look like we have it all together, I'm sure you do, doesn't mean that we do. Okay, she's gonna put it up. So here's my stuff.